Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm a little rough today. I apologize. Oh my gosh, I didn't even do my wave. Hold on. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am so tired at the moment and a little bit like, I promise you it's gonna be better soon. I am actually going out of town to kind of like unplug and decompress and like let my brain just rest, and I need that so much. So I am spending the weekend away, and then I promise you will not see videos of me being like, wow. Long story short though, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Like, I admit that, and I'm tired, and this is what my hair looks like when I wake up. I need dry shampoo ASAP. Anyway, today we are going to be doing a full freaking day wear test of the new YSL All Hours Stick Foundation. Now, I am super excited about this because you guys know the All Hours liquid was a favorite of mine before I tried Laura Mercier. Like, I like them both, but the Laura Mercier is a little bit more natural. All Hours is a little bit thicker if you want that like full perfection mannequin kind of a moment. I don't always want that. So I reach for it for photography, special occasions, when I want my skin to kind of look almost masked in a good way, you know what I'm saying? And it does last on the skin like all day long. So I'm super curious about this formula, being that it is a stick. The only stick foundation that I really feel like I've had like a hardcore crush on, that I've like kept around, that I'm like, oh, you're good, is the Hourglass Vanish. So I'm gonna kind of keep that in the back of my head, like that's the standard. And we're just gonna go in, try it out, and see how it wears. I'll be sure to zoom in and do a good close-up for you guys. So ready, set, go. Let's like kind of figure this out. There are 20 shades. It looks like they're kind of all over the place in this PR package. I know people were kind of coming hard at YSL again for not having the greatest shade range. I see a few deeper shades here. I'm just gonna try on the one that matches me, donate the rest. I feel like a lot of companies are waking up to the fact that they do need to like hop on board with being more inclusive. It is happening, it's not happening fast enough. YSL's initial launch with All Hours, like they really did have a crap shade range. So they do have deeper tones available. It doesn't look like there's a ton of them. So this is supposed to be a more convenient All Hours. It's kind of like an on the go. You can blend it in really quick. You can touch it up if you need to. I never really touch up my foundation. That's kind of a no-no to me because I end up setting it with powder. And if I go in with more foundation, it's just gonna look a cakey mess, you know, it's gonna be bad. The only time I've ever done that really is if I cry during the day, and that's like such a weird thing to say, but I can cry really easily. I cry at movies, I cry if someone else is crying, even if it's like not my stuff. I just happen to be just all the way around super sensitive. So if I have had a day where something happened and I did tear up, like that's the only time that I will like dip into foundation and kind of fix things. And I will always do that with a cushion foundation, and that seems to work the best, where it's like liquidy enough. But I feel like going in with something like this and like redoing the thing would be kind of a mess. Okay, so what do we got here? Zoe Kravitz, oh my gosh, I have such a girl crush on her. Do you not like love her so much? What was that movie with Scarlett Johansson? I watched it on the plane. It was one of those movies that I was like, I didn't want to go see in the theater, and then I saw it on the plane and I thought it was hysterical. It was like Rough Night or Bad Night or something like that. It was kind of like the female equivalent of like The Hangover, kind of. And then in Big Little Lies, oh, like she's like so like hippie, cool, boho character. I love her, and I just think she's really cool. This also says that you can use this as a spot concealer, or you can chisel your face and use it as contour, so you better believe we're gonna do that today. And this will retail for $48. I did not buy this. This was sent to me, but we're just gonna try it out and see how it goes. All right, let's do it. I don't think my hair has looked this bad on camera in like a really long time. I'm embarrassed. So I'm just at a place where I'm like, oh my God, like it doesn't matter what your hair looks like it's okay. Like everyone is showing up to learn about the makeup, hang out with me for a minute. And if my nail polish sucks or I have a bad hair day or whatever, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me right now, I guess is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go in and just try and shade match for a moment. Man, it is a challenge with these lights in here, seriously. I'm gonna stick with this guy right here. It's maybe a tinge dark for me. This is the shade Sand. Like my body's really, really tan. I don't know, I hold on to a tan really, really easily. My family jokes around about that. Like my sisters will be like, oh my gosh, why do you get so tan so easily? I just do, I don't know. And like my dad's like, your grandfather would go out and like take the trash out and come back in and he'd have like a lot of color in his skin. So if I'm outside for even like 15 minutes, I do tend to tan, like even through sunscreen, it just happens, which makes it difficult for shade matching. And then you guys are all getting mad at me that I'm using too dark of a foundation. Anyway, okay, let's just dive right in. I'm going in with the No Problem Primer. I really didn't like it, and then I tried it again, and all of a sudden I was like, well, maybe I like it. So I am trying this again. It's a little bit like, not greasy, but it has like this slick to it where you want to take your time to really let it sink into the skin before you put foundation on top of it. I think that's the deal with this one right here. Ready, set, go. We are going to foundation ourselves. I'm gonna do one side with the Clarisonic and like one side with a sponge. Maybe I'll try it. Smells so good. Like I should not have that be an enjoyable part of why I like a foundation, but there's something about the scent of YSL products that like brings me back to working at Nordstrom actually. And it brings me back to like all the good memories. And Jen, if you're watching by some off chance, this is the girl that worked at YSL right next to me. Jen, I think of you every time. Every single time I wear YSL. She worked at the counter next to me and we became really good friends. And I would like break the rules and sit down and I would have her do my makeup even though I was a counter manager for Bare Minerals. And I remember one time I had like one of the regional managers walk in and I'm sitting in the seat at the YSL counter and I got pulled aside and they're like, you cannot do that. And I'm like, oh, she was just touching up my makeup. And they're like, but you need to wear Bare Minerals. And like I got in trouble. But we would just, I don't know, I have really good memories of working at Nordstrom. I have a lot of like bad ones too, because standing in your high heels all day selling makeup, it's a tough job. Anybody out there that's doing it, like I understand it's a tough job, but there also were like those moments that were just like so fun. I met some really, really good people doing that job. Okay, so this is actually surprisingly a lot lighter than the liquid. It is not as intense of a coverage as the liquid. It's almost like more matte. I really kind of like it. Ooh, I kind of like it. Okay, so let's do the other side with a sponge and just kind of see for curiosity's sake what happens. I just want a candle of the YSL foundation scent. Like the scent of it is just so good. Like it would be the weirdest perfume or anything. Like it doesn't smell like perfume. It just has this like fresh, like I want my sheets to smell like that actually. All right, I definitely like a brush better, like way, way better. Okay, cool. We're gonna go into contouring. I need something with a little more warmth. I think this will work. Okay, so while it's on my brain, like I have to talk about Nordstrom just like a little bit more. So being like the new kid on the block, because when I went and managed that counter, they didn't have a Bare Minerals at that location. So everyone was like, oh, who are you? Like, who are you trying to be on our floor? So they literally built the Bare Minerals little counter and it was a separate thing from Nordstrom. It was like a weird thing that they had the company in Nordstrom, but I wasn't a Nordstrom employee. So we had kind of like different rules. Anyway, when I was in there, it was kind of a little bit tough at first to make friends and all of that. And I just remember I got off the bus because I took the bus over the 520 bridge to get to work because parking downtown in Seattle is like ridiculous. So I got off the bus and I had been in like the most stupid fight with my ex. Like it was the kind of relationship where honestly every day it felt like something new, where somehow like he would do something really crap and I would end up apologizing for it. Like it was that kind of relationship where I'm like looking back going, oh my gosh, why? Like no. So I had gotten in a huge fight with him over probably something stupid, and I got in and I'm feeling like really vulnerable that I'm like new and I'm trying to be in charge and professional and everything. And something happened where I walked in and I got to the cash register and I'm kind of like getting all set up and ready to go. And someone comes over and is like, hey, and like all they said was, hey, like they didn't say, how are you? What's going on? And I literally was just like, and I kind of like kind of melted into the floor. Like I always say that, but I literally like kind of crouched down so no one would see me and I just started crying. Oh my gosh, I told you guys I'm a crybaby earlier. I'm not that big of a crybaby, I promise. But I had been in a huge fight and I was like worried that my boyfriend was cheating on me. And like I started crying in the middle of Nordstrom and I'm on the floor and literally my makeup is getting all messed up and like I have to be there for 8 hours and I'm like panicking. Like I had Jen and JJ, those were my people at Nordstrom. They ended up being close friends of mine. And this girl was like, come here, I know what to do. And she sat me down in JJ's chair and he was with YSL as well. And he was like, hey, we're gonna fix this. And he just started painting my face and making everything better. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry right now because it was just so sweet. It was like such a touching memory of mine. I think there can be so much care and love in makeup. And I know that sounds really, really weird, but I even find myself doing that for like my mom or my sisters. Like it's a way that I can be like, hey, I've got you. Like I'm gonna make you feel good. I'm gonna make you feel beautiful. I just love that about it. Anyway, I'm like having all of these flashbacks of being at Nordstrom. Oh my God. Like never discount like what, ooh, that's the wrong shade. What you can learn at a job like that. And if that's a job that you stick with, like you can grow with it and meet great people and have a good time. And yeah, it wasn't all bad. I had a stalker at Nordstrom. I was allowed to carry my cell phone on the floor. That's a whole nother thing. Holy smokes, oh my gosh. I have so many Nordstrom stories. Oh my goodness. Maybe I need to like dedicate another video to that. All right, what do you guys think about the contour? I don't know that I'm loving it. I don't think I like it that much, to be honest. It's a little like foundation on foundation, like it's just not like meshing the way I would want it to. So I'm not loving that, but the foundation itself is pretty dang good. So I'm gonna pop on a little concealer. And if you are dreaming of YSL for a drugstore price, go with L'Oreal. That's what I'm using underneath my eyes. Their launches have been pretty great. The concealer seemed to blend really nicely on top of this, so that's great. I'm gonna go fix my hair, finish the face, and we will be right back for a close-up, and then of course, I will take you with me throughout my day. I kind of feel, you guys, like I'm having the weirdest skin day ever where everything looks super even and like nice and glowy. But if you can see, my pores look huge. Like this from far away, like the makeup looks really smooth and nice, but up close, I'm kind of not having it. So I have had this foundation on now for about 3 hours. It is long wearing in the sense that it's not breaking apart. I'm just having that one issue where like up close, I'm like, dang, like I wore foundation yesterday and used the same primer and everything, and my pores were basically invisible and it looked so good. And what is going on? So that's one of those weird things where I think I would have to try it again and see like, I don't know, like what's going on here, you know? Outside of that, it's nice, good coverage, went on easy, blended fantastic. Yeah, so that's where we're at, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. What's up, you guys? So it is now past 8 o'clock, and you know how it's outside and I'm like, I don't know, like it's just kind of like making my pores look a little bit big, but you know, we'll see, whatever. Trying to find good points about this. Like it has not broken up, so technically the whole long wear element of it is great. You can build it up to decent coverage, nowhere near the liquid, the original, but it's just getting worse and worse like by the hour. And it's not even like it's getting like broken apart or oily, it's that it's like there's so much texture. Like I'm gonna try and show you guys. It's just making my forehead look really dry, and it's making my contour look super strange. James actually pulled me aside and he's like, hey, what are you reviewing? And I'm like, foundation. He's like, do you like it? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, yeah, because your foundation normally looks like just your skin, but you can totally tell that you're wearing makeup. I'm like, thanks, babe. I have to say, I agree. Like, looking at this, because, you know, we're on the hunt for like the best. Like, we want to find the best foundation. So this up close is just a mess. Like, my skin does not normally look like there's so much texture or pores showing through. So I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm just not the biggest fan of this at the moment. If there happens to be a wild turn, which there probably won't, we'll find out about it during the last check-in. So I'm gonna sit down in front of the big lights and show you like a zoom in close up there, but this is where we're at. It was a bad foundation day. Those are the worst, right? All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, you guys, so we are back. It is like 10:30 at night, and I can even see my pores in the monitor, which the lights here are so bright that usually I can't see like skin texture in my monitor. So yeah, this is not the normal thing. Like, I normally don't see like my pores look like this. I don't know what on the earth happened. So this foundation is just not for my skin. I don't like it. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how much I love the YSL All Hours Liquid. That is one of the best foundations out there if you like full glam makeup that is long wearing. It's beautiful. This one on me is just sitting on top of my skin. And you guys know, I all of the time will say I like it when product sinks in and almost like becomes one with my skin. That is clearly like not, like that's not happening here. I don't want to be so close up to the camera talking about everything else, so let's zoom back out and not stare at my pores so much. So we are zoomed back out and I am back to a comfortable position because my pores were kind of like screaming in my face, and I know that my skin does not look like that. It really does not. So this emphasized things that I did not want it to emphasize, and that's that. Like, when you wear foundation and it doesn't sink in and it just like adds texture and it looks like you're wearing really heavy makeup, in my book, that is not a good thing. So as much as I was excited to try this out and as much as I really love the original formula that is liquid, this is just not for me. I normally don't like stick foundation, so this was kind of a gamble to begin with. The only stick foundation I've ever truly fallen in love with, where we're like good, is the Vanish from Hourglass. If you guys have another recommendation that you think I should try, you guys know I love trying foundation and I'm super picky with it too, which is weird. It's like I love trying it even though 9 times out of 10 I don't like it. It's weird. All right, here's the real scoop, you guys. James is literally sitting right there staring at me because he wants to go and get dinner at a little diner that we always used to go to that's open 24 hours. So I'm gonna go have a salad and grilled cheese and totally bounce out of here and bounce out of this video. James is ready. Say you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna go in my bad foundation. All right, cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and hit the like button to let me know that you liked it. And have a good one. I'm sending you all my love. I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Mwah.